So welcome back everyone, Mike here. I am down here at the new house this morning and I'm going to do some work on this driveway. I'm planning on stoning this driveway maybe late next week, something like that. It's all going to depend on the weather. It has been raining a ton lately. We've been getting storm after storm, you know, like every 15, 18 hours it seems to storm. It's a little wet down here today, but I think it's just dry enough for me to do what I need to do. But like I say, there's a lot that has to come together before I can get this driveway stoned next week. So I'll kind of show you what I got going on here and what I'll be working on, and then I'm going to get started. So first thing, up here by the garage, I need to get all this cut out just a little bit to allow room for stone, widen it out a little bit. Clean this area up right over to this little wall here. I'm going to take this corner out here. I'll end up building like a new wall here in the future, not anytime soon. I'm going to cut that back a little bit where that grass is by where I put that French drain in. Over here, I need to cut this all down, and then there's a ditch over there by that big pipe because there's a swale from up behind the house and the water runs down there. So I need to reestablish that to keep that water over that way. But I need to cut all this material out of here and lower this all down a little bit just to make room for the stone. I got the ditch works really well here. If you remember, here's that pipe from the French drain. It's working. But as you come down the driveway here, all my excess dirt that I'm going to be digging out up there, I'm just going to stockpile it right here for now, because once I trim all these lower branches on these big pine trees out of here, I have a spot over that way where I can waste this material, you know, when it dries up. So I'll come in from that way. So temporarily, I'll just stockpile this material off the driveway right here. And I need to put a pipe in. There's an old pipe where this ditch runs into right there. But I'm going to put a new pipe in here and take this fill material I have here and just kind of level this out. Although this is kind of far from the house, this will be like some, you know, another 1 or 2 additional parking spots down here. So if you remember a few videos ago, I put a whole bunch of fill in here and I widened all this out. It was very narrow. I cut some trees out of the sides, put a new culvert pipe in, a much bigger culvert pipe, and I don't know, somewhere 30 triaxle loads of fill I put in here. Built this up a little bit. But I am very pleased with how this came out. Last Saturday I was down here and it had just rained probably a half an hour. And I mean, we got like a ½ inch of rain in a half an hour. And I came down here and I was going to work in the house. And I parked my truck at the end of the driveway because I didn't want to hog this all up, you know. And I start walking back here. I wasn't even getting mud on my boots at all. So I backed right over this. And I mean, I didn't even make a mark in it a half hour after all the rain. So it's very good and solid. There's a lot of shale in here. But before I can stone this, those guys that hauled me the fill, they're going to be hauling me a few loads of topsoil, just raw topsoil, so I can do all these sides. And I need to get that done before I stone the driveway, because you don't want to drop, you know, you don't want to dump the topsoil on the stone. But those guys are going through the same thing I am with the weather. They've been up there working on a couple lots up the road, and rain's been making it very difficult to get anything done. I don't know if you can hear, there's a turkey over there gobbling. Hear him gobbling back. So before I can stone the driveway, I need to take care of several things. I need to cut down this parking area up here a few inches, widen it out a little bit. I need to fix that swale in the back over there to make sure the water stays off the parking area and ends up in the ditch line down along the driveway. I need to put a new pipe in at the end of the ditch line to get rid of the water from there on. Put that fill out over top of that. And I also need to get topsoil for the sides. And after I do all that, then I can stone the driveway and that part will be done. But anyway, right now I'm going to use the RK55 to kind of just hog some of this bulk dirt out of here. There's not a whole lot, but I'm going to just kind of rough it in with that first. And then I will go get the RK24, the little subcompact, and it'll be a lot nicer for getting things, you know, real tight to the house and widening these things out and put the finishing touches on it. And this area up here will be done, and the rest of the work will just be down below. So here's what I have done so far. I took about 2 or 3 inches out of this area right here to allow room for some stone. Just kind of hit this corner. There's a bunch of rocks and an old wall in here. I have to finish digging that out. And I took 3 or 4 inches out over that way. And then that swale that I was talking about behind the house, you can see how much water is running down there. I have that all directed through here. This all needs cleaned up, but it's working right now, going down there to the ditch line in the driveway. Oh, something else I wanted to mention. We are becoming way more active on other forms of social media, like Instagram, our Facebook page. We've been posting a lot more there. What I've done, we kind of enlisted the entire family to help out. This all takes a lot of time, and you know I work a full-time job. The YouTube thing's just kind of a hobby for us. But anyway, so my wife, she's kind of oversees the Facebook page. We both post there. The kids are now administrators on the Facebook page. My son's a photographer. You'll be seeing some real nice pictures there. My daughter's in charge of kind of the Instagram thing. We all are involved with all of it, but I think this will really help everything out, and we'll be more active on different forms of social media. So if anybody wants to check out the Instagram, I'll put a link in the description, and the Facebook page as well. I really like the Facebook page because some days, you know, you just don't have a lot of time to shoot a video and to edit it, but you can kind of, you know, show pictures of projects and things we have going on the property. But anyway, check those out if you want. And lastly, here, the next step down here, I'll bring the RK24 down, the little subcompact, and that thing's a little tank. You've seen it in other videos, but it's a nice size tractor for putting the finishing touches on this stuff. I just wanted to use the RK55 here with the big bucket, plenty of power to kind of move the bulk of the dirt out of here. This didn't take long at all. So like I said, next I'll touch all this up with the RK24, and at least I'll have this area up here ready for stone. This has been like a challenging little project down here because I have so much water coming from so many different directions. You've got the downspout drains coming here. I got that French drain over here. I've got the swale behind the house that's dumping that water that I showed you over there. And I just want to get that all collected and all to the ditch along the driveway, and then you're done with it. You know, I could have came in here and just got a couple tracks of loads of stone, spread over top of all this, and it would look all right, but there would be soft spots all the time, and it would just turn to muck eventually, is what would happen. So when you have a situation like this, it's best to take the time and get all that water where it needs to go before you do your finish work, or it'll just be a problem down the road. But anyway, like I always say, if you enjoy these videos, please click subscribe and hit that little bell icon so you get the notifications. Hit the like button if you enjoy the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.